Hey, good afternoon. Week number 9, rather, ready to go. Off and running. We say good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, week number 9, and we are ready to rock and roll as we always are. It would be make day number what, 41? Is that right?
Somewhere around there.
Day number 41. Wow. Good afternoon, Horace. How are you?
Doing good. Did
you have fun yesterday?
Oh, it's Easter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why would I not have fun?
I mean, did you do
it's
an
a
Easter
glorious
egg
day.
Oh, it is glorious day. He is risen. The best day.
Do I look like I'm an Easter egg hunt kind of guy?
Yes, you are. You got Easter egg written all over you.
The man-child's too old. I didn't have Easter egg. No, we have no eggs hidden.
Oh.
I ate them if there was any.
We did about we just kept recycling the first we took the little one out, then the little one took her sister out, and it's like we did about 7 egg hunts yesterday. We finally said, okay. Mercifully, we lost about half of them. They couldn't remember where they hit them. So the mower will get them later on this spring. But we had a great time. 7 best words in the book, as far as I'm concerned, it came as a result of yesterday's holiday. He is not here. He is risen. Woo, that's good stuff. And so we dedicate the show to the man who hung on the cross for us, and we do that each and every show, and it's just that simple. We make no apologies for that. Psalms 46, 1, 2, and 3, the verses of the day. I am your refuge and your strength. Even though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, do not fear. Even though there's a train wreck all around you, do not fear. I am an ever-present help in trouble. Can't get any better than that. It comes right out of the book of Psalms. I am your refuge and your strength. Do not fear. I'm an ever-present help in trouble. There you go. It's just that simple. And that is our verse of the day. Man, oh, man, where do we start? I guess we got us a big basketball game coming up tonight.
Yeah,
let's see.
do. And what happened on Saturday?
There we go. There's the Mad Madness scoreboard, such as it is.
It remains
the
tied.
Same. 41-41. All right, what was your take on the game? I got to watch.
I loved every second of it.
I watched the last 9 minutes of the game, and I thought Kentucky laid a big old egg. I mean,
they did not know how to handle being behind with a minute to go.
Yeah.
They could not handle it. Usually, if it's a close game, even with Notre Dame, they stretched it out in the last couple of minutes, and Notre Dame couldn't, pull it out because Kentucky hit their free throws, and they were the ones that were in front, and Notre Dame was trying to overtake them. In this case, Wisconsin was in front. Kentucky had no clue what to do. In that last minute and a half, I loved every second of it. They were throwing the ball away. Their minds were not in the ball game, and they gave it up.
A couple of times it came down and ran a 1-4 offensive set, which I didn't understand at all. Where they just kind of cleared things out and let the guard take it. Now, you're going to say, well, Tom, it's worked all season, but it didn't work the other day. And I thought there was a couple of spots. I'm not going to double or second-guess John Calipari. He is what he is and has done what he's done. But there's a couple of times I thought, you got them big old skyscrapers in there, pound that ball inside and get a foul. And on the flip side, is it Decker? This guy shot 6'7", 6'8", shooting three-pointers.
He and Comiskey, they're a pair, aren't they?
Yeah, they can play. It's pretty exciting. So I thought Kentucky was their own worst enemy. I don't know if it was the case how much
I said
Wisconsin,
they would be all along.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the case how much Wisconsin did do or how much they didn't do.
Wisconsin won the ball game.
Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think self-destruct. I just think they played poorly down the stretch. It was very uncharacteristic of Kentucky. And Wisconsin had something to do with it.
I said all along Kentucky was going to stumble if they didn't get beat in the regular season. Okay. They had it in their heads they couldn't get beat.
Yeah, let's move on from this. Okay, yeah. Because I knew I was going to hear this.
I want to say I told you so.
I told you so.
There you go.
Yeah. See, I got a text yesterday, the other night about 12 o'clock. Kentucky fails.
Falls.
I thought you said fails. That's how much I've read it. So, okay, boop, delete that one. Then yesterday I got one, and you told me yesterday, you said, hey, by the way, did you know Kentucky got beat? Then he walks in today. Did you hear what happened? I said, no, did you know Kentucky got beat? I said, wow, okay. Yeah, let's get this over with. So, now, does Wisconsin have anything for Duke?
I think it's going to be a much better game than people think. I think it's going to be a great ball game.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's going to beat them.
I think they are too.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'm on record because you have two ways looking at it. After a big win over Kentucky, can be emotionally flat.
Oh, these guys are riding high.
But these guys wanted Kentucky. They said, we wanted Kentucky. We got them. They were fearless. They didn't back down. So I'm thinking it's going to give them a little spark to play a Duke team who beat Michigan State on Saturday. So, yep. And I like this Bo Ryan guy, the coach of Wisconsin. They said in the post game when he's talking to Tracy, whatever her name is, Wolfick or whatever. doesn't make a difference what her name is, but he was talking to her and said he didn't know who won the first game. He had no clue that Duke had beaten Michigan State.
He was so focused on his team and getting the job done.
I thought that was so cool. Had no clue what the other side of the bracket was. And I don't think the guy was lying. I don't know him, but I don't think he was. But that was really cool. So Kaminsky and Okafor tonight should be the big matchup. But I don't think that, a lot of times they put the emphasis on that. It's always somebody that you least expect. They'll come through in a clutch situation. So
I think Decker's going to have a big game.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking too. The big guy from Wisconsin, or the other big guy. So anyway, Calipari's an hour. I was reading today where it looks like maybe 6 or 7 of those guys are going to bolt for the NBA.
And
so
they got what he's – well, enough said. They need to give their money back.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
Give that scholarship money back.
All right. Well, they're moving on. Looks like at least 7 are going to be moving on to the NBA.
But they won't have rings.
They won't have rings, and I think he's got a really good recruiting class coming into another great freshman class.
They will from year in and year out. They will.
Yeah. But you're just not impressed. You like this.
I don't like that system.
Yeah.
No,
you enjoy this way too much. You're all about it. So.
But you see, that's part of the problem at that university. It's all about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They got to win. They got to win. They got to have championships. It's not about education. It's not about these kids bettering themselves, except on the ball court. I'm sorry. I just don't believe. I think if they're going to take a scholarship, they need to give that money back if they're not going to earn it. They're not going to use it.
For the 4 years?
Right. I really
Now, is it at any school or just in Kentucky?
I think it should be across the board.
If you go out early NBA, you need to repay the scholarship dollars.
Yes, sir.
I would agree with that.
Because you're taking a scholarship away from someone who probably could deserve it.
Yeah.
Who would want it and use it. Because, let's face it, you've seen the commercial on TV. Most of these NCAA athletes, they're not going to become professional athletes. They're there to get an education. Mm-hmm. And these kids make a mockery of it. So, I'm sorry. That's the way I am.
Do you think Calipari got outcoached?
Maybe they're down the stretch. Because he had no control over those kids. Like I said, they had no clue what to do there in the last minute. They were behind. They were trying to play catch up. They've not been in that position all year long. And he didn't have them prepared for that.
1-4 offensive set. That was the one that got me twice. I came down and shot the 1-4. Now, Wisconsin fans complaining about what should have been a flagrant foul when the guy smacked him across the face.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You agree or disagree?
I think there was a definitely a foul there. Whether it was flagrant or not, that's up to the officials' interpretation. But sure looked like one to me.
Wow.
But hey, we're talking about Kentucky, and late in the game, there was a lot riding on that.
Whoa. Whoa.
And that's all I'm going to say.
There you go. By the way, Duke enters the game tonight as a rare underdog role. Wisconsin's the favorite to win this thing tonight, in a lot of people's minds. So, and they're on a roll. They beat the undefeated number one team.
They would have been the underdog against Kentucky anyway. So what's the difference?
Duke would have been.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Duke and Wisconsin tonight. Tomorrow night will be UConn and Notre Dame. And here we go again with the Lady Huskies. Right.
A repeat of last year's final.
Guy just reloads.
He does.
And you don't like him. He's on that 10. He's on the list that you don't like. But say what you want, the guy can coach.
Well, he can. I just don't like his attitude. But you know what? Those girls don't leave and go out anywhere. I mean, they don't go into the WNBA. They stay 4 years.
They get their
they get their education. Yeah.
Where is he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's 5 down. Gino on Horace's list. So anyway, it's the Tom Thunder Sports Show again tonight. It is Wisconsin and it is the Duke Blue Devils. Why would you start this thing? And again, I'm going back to start time. And nobody probably cares but me. But why are you going to start this thing at 9 o'clock tonight? I mean,
it's the cater to the West Coast.
I know that. So let me go back and ask again. Why do we cater to the West Coast?
Because a lot of money comes from the West Coast, I guess.
Yeah. So, I don't know. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Well, if you started at 7 o'clock, okay, that's 4 o'clock on the West Coast. People are not even home yet.
If people want to watch the national championship, they can be in their office. They're going to watch the national championship.
I know it, but they're not going to. They don't look at it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it at 7 or 7:30. I'd bump it at 8. I'd move it back an hour. That puts it at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock out there. So, but there again, well, I'm here in Tennessee. I want to see it early in the evening, but then I guess on the flip side is you're going to watch it whenever it is in the national championship. So, I guess there's two schools of thought, but. Speaking of, I don't want to go too far into this, but I was talking to my buddy last week about Tiger Woods, and he said, why is he going to be in Augusta? I said, he's in Augusta because he's going to play. Well, no, he's not going to play. Yes, he's down there practicing because he's going to play. Guess what? He announced about 3 hours after we went off there Friday.
He's going to play.
He's going to play at Augusta, which I knew because I said, well, if he's not going to play in Augusta, why is he not playing at, Buffalo Valley and Johnson City if he's trying to get better? Well, any golf course would work. Why would he be in Augusta practicing? And I told you, and Gator actually sent me a text over the weekend and said, what was it? Last time they checked the ratings,
past champions,
with or without.
Oh, okay.
With or without Tiger in the Masters, the ratings go up and down whether he's in. So say what you want. It's all about the money. There you go. It's
I'm
all
going
about
on
the
record
money.
right now that I don't think he'll make the cut going into Sunday.
Don't think Tiger will make the cut?
No.
All right, we'll see. Whew, we're 9 minutes in. It's an action-packed show already on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And one of the great sponsors we have are the folks from Max Medicine Mart, where Blue Bonnet is the supplement on sale for the month of April. 20% off everything in stock. Blue Bonnet. Blue, Blue Bonnet. Again, with the purple caps and everything in the store, that's Blue Bonnet is 20% off through the month of April, Max Medicine Mart. Also, as we've told you before, if you're a connoisseur or you have to have a product that is gluten-free, guess what they've got at Max Medicine Mart? They've got the gluten-free products. And what do they have? Well, they got pretzels, I know. I should know this by memory as much as I say it, but I don't. But let me find it here for you as my fingers sticking together. And let's see, where's it at? Gluten-free. Good grief.
Give me gluten.
Give me gluten. Here we go. Cereals, breakfast bars, crackers, brownie and cake mix, breads, pastas, pretzels, rice chips, all gluten-free. Again, they're available, as we said, at Max Medicine Mart. Also, 12 types of organic salsa and dips. Not too late if you're going to be watching the game tonight. Go out and get your 12 kinds of organic salsa and dips at the Good Food Grocery, the store within the store. Also, the durable medical equipment side. They've got walkers and heating pads and crutches, compression socks, ankle braces. We mentioned heating pads, shower benches, grab bars, toilet seat risers, lift chairs for those who need those type of things. Also, Max Medicine Mart for your feet. They've got shoe insoles, arch supports, blister pads, corn bunion cushions. You ever had a bunion?
Mm-mm.
Oh, corn bunion. You're talking about painful. Freeze-away wart removers, all that available again at Max Medicine Mart. And again, reminding you that Easter is gone. What's left of there is drastically marked down at Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. And then, of course, now we're shifting. Our next one up would be, I guess, St. Patty's Day. No, that's behind us.
That's behind us.
We're in April. Up next will be Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Mama's Day is coming up next.
Then Memorial Day.
Memorial Day and the 4th. But Mother's Day is coming up next. And Willow Tree Angels. They sell a bunch of Willow Tree Angel figurines at Max Medicine Mart for Mom for Mother's Day. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, they're open 7 days a week right there on Center Street, right down from Dobbins Minute. Look for the great big tall building going up that's due to be finished later on this year. And, of course, it is there, and it's the brand new Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Make tracks to Max, and you do. Baseball underway, Toronto, New York. No score, top of the first. Minnesota, Detroit. No score on opening day. As we open up Major League Baseball opening day for the Bigs. Of course, we're following the Redlegs. They've got Johnny Cueto on the mound against Pittsburgh, 4:10 first pitch from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. You got to – I hate to even go down this road because Weinman, I've already talked to him today, and he said, that's just the Cubs, man. It's the Cubbies. I mean, all this
hoopla.
Hype, hoopla about John Lester and the Cubs.
Oh, yeah, he goes out and lays an egg.
He gets shut out. Cubbies get shut out.
Should have put the big old ears on him and made him an Easter bunny out there.
What did the Cubs have yesterday? Total number of hits. 5 hits total. A 5-hit shutout by Wainwright and the Cardinal staff. It's terrible. I don't even know why it's funny, but it's funny. It is funny. So
it's the Cubs.
Lester, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned.
Yeah.
He struck out 6 and walked 2. But again, he
4 innings.
4 innings.
Starter. Their ace starter. First game. Opening day.
It's terrible. Leave him alone. Actually, they went through, on the opening day, 6 pitchers on opening day. So
I'll tell you what happened. He burned himself out before the game. They said for like an hour before the game started he was out warming up. I'm going, an hour?
a little hyped
Oh,
up.
man. Burned himself out.
Lowest opening day crowd at Wrigley Field in years. 40,000 sellout. They only had 35,000 plus. So, of course, a lot of that's with the construction.
It's a
not
mess
done.
out there, too. I was looking out and going, good grief. Looks like they're playing in a stadium under construction.
Yeah, well, I talked to Wyman. I said, it's a tough week. Your Wildcats lost and the Cubs got shut out. Just the big pause on the phone. And your point is? I said, I got you. Yeah. So I need to leave him alone. But, what am I laughing at? I'm a Raiders fan, so there you go.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, we were 3-13. Now, let's take a look before we move on. Let's talk about the couple of more items with the basketball over the weekend. Wisconsin's win over Kentucky, the most viewers for an NCAA semifinal in 19 years. Wow. They drew 22.6 million viewers across TBS, TNT, and True TV. According to Turner Sports and CBS, that is up 39% from last season's matchup of the same teams. Largest audience for a semi since the Wildcats beat UMass back in '96.
And that doesn't include the online audience.
Right. That's where I was watching. So that doesn't count?
No.
That's where I was watching it. Yeah, online. So this is just strictly TV sets.
TV, yeah.
Wow. You got to know there's more Toms out there than just me watching on the internet because I've moved into the modern era. So there you go. Now.
I won't go any further with that.
Yeah, you better not. Let the air out of your tires. Kentucky guard Andrew Harrison. Let's talk about this for a second. Apologizing Sunday for directing an obscenity and a racial slur at Wisconsin's Frank Kaminsky during a post-game news conference at the Final Four. Harrison muttered, how would you say this?
An F word.
The F word and the N word into a live microphone when another player was asked a question about Kaminsky after Kentucky's loss to the Wisconsin Badgers. Now, he muttered it with his hand in front of his mouth, but the microphone picked up the comments. Social media immediately lit up with tweets about what Harrison said, along with video clips. The program looked into the matter. Again, Harrison, who is an African-American, did not explain why he made those comments about Kaminsky, who is white. He did say it was a poor choice of words used in jest towards a player I respect and know. When I realized how this could be perceived, I immediately called Big Frank to apologize and let him know I didn't mean any disrespect. He said the two of them had a good conversation, wished him good luck in tonight's championship. Kaminsky confirmed that Harrison did reach out to him and quickly dismissed the topic, said nothing needs to be made out of it, says Kaminsky. And you would comment on how, in what way?
If it was the roles were reversed, Kaminsky wouldn't be playing tonight. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be. We'd still be talking about it from when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be just double standard.
Yeah. So if Kaminsky had said it about Harrison, then it'd been a whole different can of worms.
Like I said, I don't think he'd be playing tonight.
Yeah. Because they would have had such an outcry.
Oh, yeah.
But this way it was like, okay, they took care of it. I called him. He said, okay, it's over, and it's over. But you're
it's
saying –
a double standard. I've got my opinion, but I'll keep it to myself.
There you go. So what you just told me that –
well, it's worse than that, but I'll keep it to myself.
So anyway, it's all swept under the carpet. Harrison moves on, and so does Kaminsky. And Kaminsky's playing in the national championship tonight, and Harrison and the Wildcats are not. And so that's, I guess, as old Forrest Gump says, all we're going to say about that.
And
now,
by the way, Frank Kaminsky, he won the Naismith Award as the nation's top collegiate player.
Guy can play.
He can play.
I didn't realize, so I haven't followed Wisconsin much, but I watched him the other night. Then after the game, got on the internet, looked around. I didn't realize he was 7 foot. The guy dribbles the ball like he's 6'2".
Like a guard.
Yeah. So does Decker.
Yeah.
Decker's 6'8", 6'9". He's out there jacking them threes and making them. I mean, these guys, they're pretty solid. They, I guess, to coin an adjective, fundamentally sound, Wisconsin. I mean, they
play basketball.
They play basketball. It's not street ball. It's not running gun.
And they're a team.
It's setting up screens, picks, and they play as a team, no question.
And they play off each other.
And I like this Bo Ryan guy, the coach. I don't know anything about him either, but I like him too. So I like Wisconsin to win tonight. So we'll see if they do, but that's my pick betwixt the two. Here's Major League Baseball. The game's going to be playing today, underway, Toronto, New York. Again, Daniel Norris, who had a nice little outing against the Redlegs over the weekend. He's honing up for his start. It'll be Thursday at Yankee Stadium against New York. That game is scoreless in the middle of the first at Yankee Stadium. Minnesota-Detroit, scoreless at the bottom of the first. That one being played in Detroit. Later on today, Boston at Philadelphia. Interleague game, Baltimore at Tampa Bay. White Sox at Kansas City. The Angels at Seattle. Cleveland at Houston, and Texas at Oakland in the American League. In the National League later on today, the Mets will be in Washington. We'll get to that here in a minute. My boy over here, do I have stupid written across my forehead? There's a reason why here in a minute, I'll tell you. The Bravos, they're in disarray. They're taking on Miami down in Miami. The Redlegs and Johnny Cueto against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 4:10 first pitch in Cincinnati. San Diego and the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. And then tonight, you have San Francisco at Arizona in the opener for those two. Now, we're tied at 41. I said, well, how are we going to decide this? And I said, tonight, I'm going to take Wisconsin. He said, so am I. So we can't do that. Tomorrow night, I said, for the tiebreaker, UConn and Notre Dame, we're both taking UConn, so that won't work. So I said, let's just pick a baseball game.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, wait, let me get through. This is good.
I think I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Okay. Let me take this and tell what happened. So I said, well, let's just arbitrarily pick a baseball game and just decide it this way. Just have fun with it. Okay. So
you start listing baseball games.
I ran all these games off, and I said, the Mets and Washington. Oh, I'll take Washington. I said, well, yeah, I guess you would. The preseason win it all. I guess you would jump in and take that one. Boy, that was a tough pick. So are we going to do that one? No, we're not doing Washington, New York.
Won't do the Reds because we're
not going to be the Reds.
Both rooting for the Reds.
White Sox and Kansas City. Who would you take there?
I don't know either one of these teams. I mean, they're
perfect. Nor do I.
Kansas City.
I would take them, so never mind. We're not going to do that. The Dodgers and the Padres.
Padres.
I'm on that one. I'll take the Dodgers.
All right.
There's our tiebreaker. I'll take the Dodgers at home. You're taking the Padres. Winner, we're down to a tie game. The winner, or the tie of March Madness. No way to break the ties. We'll take a baseball game. You're taking San Diego. I'm taking the Dodgers. The loser buys, and the winner enjoys the Braden's Barbecue, thanks to Jim Klein's, all right?
I wonder if Kimbrell's out at the Padres yet. That's another story we got to talk about.
Yeah. But what's with the Braves?
They're idiots. Is there anybody left on that team that played last year?
I don't know. There are not many, I can tell you that. Man, they have
Simmons,
just cleaned
maybe?
the house.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, they're gone.
Yeah. Gaddis is going. All these guys got any power are gone.
I'm glad I jumped ship.
I'm glad you did, too, these guys. But I don't know about them. Well, wait a minute. They're loaded, baby. They're going to go to the World Series, Reds. Johnny Cueto and the boys. I mean, I'm worried about them. No. I got chewed out for that. They're the best. So, but, yeah, the Braves, pitiful.
I'm worried about Cueto, though.
We'll find out today. He starts this afternoon. Yeah. So, here's your homework assignment. Check the weather if you can find out in Cincinnati what it's going to be like. I would think up there it's going to be, let me guess, I'm going to say mid-50s, somewhere through there. It's going to be a little cool at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. So anyway, right now, scoreboard says top of the second, Minnesota-Detroit scoreless. Bottom of the first, Toronto and the Yankees are scoreless at Yankee Stadium. You are listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up, we got the Gator Man doing the quiz show today. Count it, 5 for 5, 7 becomes an 8 today. He says, no way, Jose. I stopped by and saw him Saturday, but you can take it to the bank. I'm going 5 for 5. Dave Ongie joins a little bit later on. NASCAR off last week. Cranking back up and ready to go with the Duck Commander 500 this weekend at Texas. Also later on, Karen Hubbs from Johnson City. Again, she's the race director of a big road race coming up this weekend in JC. Also our buddy Rob Cole from Base Mountain Park. And also Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. So, again, the only game from yesterday, the Cardinals blanked the Cubbies behind Wainwright. A 5-hit shutout for the Cubbies against them. And see, here we go. I told you when this happened, and I told Rob Cole, when they picked up Justin Hayward from Atlanta, he'll be a superstar of the Cardinals.
On his first 2 at-bats, he had like 2 doubles. I don't remember something. He was up there.
It's 3 for 5 yesterday.
3 for 5.
Yeah. They wrote him off in Atlanta. He goes to St. Louis opening day, 3 for 5 with a run scored. And what'd you say? Had a couple of doubles.
That tells me there's something going on down in Atlanta that the players don't play up to their
I can tell you exactly what it is. You ready? It's Freddie Gonzalez.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not sold on him at all. You know, you say what you want to about Bobby Cox, old boy won.
Yeah.
Now, he was cantankerous and crusty and what are the adjectives, but you say what you want to, the guy won. Yeah, Hayward had 2 doubles and a stolen base, scored a run. There you go. after he left the Braves camp. So if you missed it over the weekend, before we go to the break, Braves trade Craig Kimbrell and outfielder Melvin Upton for outfielders Carlos Quinton and Cameron Maben.
Who are they?
I have no clue. Plus 2 minor leaguers and a draft pick. Kimbrell led the National League in saves on a so-so team last year for the Braves. In fact, the last 2 years. He had 47 and 14 and 50 saves in 2013. Since his first full season, Kimbrell leads all big league closers with 185 saves in the Braves trade.
They get rid of him. I saw that scroll across the bottom. I'm sitting there watching TV yesterday. I'm going, wait a minute, did I just see that right? What are they doing?
All-star each of the past 4 seasons. Kimbrell gone from Atlanta. I mean, they have totally
They got rid of both Uptons?
House. Oh, yeah. Gaddis, as I said, Hayward. I mean, all the power is gone.
It's gone.
So, by the way, they open up today in Miami against the Marlins. So, at what point, I'll be interested to see what kind of ticket sales they got this year.
I'm not buying any.
No, but I was wondering how many people in Atlanta have kind of went south on them. Like,
and what gets me
like
is they're
you
building
have.
a new stadium. What are they going to put in them? I mean,
don't
they've
know.
got no marquee names to attract anybody.
No, I can't tell you one, because I'm not a Braves fan. I can't tell you one Braves player. No, McCann, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unga, was his name? Uga? Uga, is he gone?
He's gone.
See, that's the only ones I knew.
They're all gone.
I knew Hayward because I thought he was a bust, but he obviously is not. He goes to a new team with a new life. The Cardinals, they take these guys that are washed up in other teams and put them over there, and they get new life. They've got a system in St. Louis. Say what you want. They can start slow, can start whatever, but at the end of the year, they're always there in the thick of the race. When was the last time you can go back and think of the Cardinals being blown out of a pennant race? They're always there.
Oh, yeah.
They're always there.
Yep.
So
that was my grandfather's team.
Yeah. So Hayward is off to a big start. Cardinals won yesterday. They're off today. Back at against the Cubbies tomorrow night in Chicago. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Monday, April the 6th?
Yep.
Good grief, April the 6th. We're not that far away from being halfway through the month of April next Wednesday. Hard to believe. Coming up on the local scene, basketball coach, assistant coach coming to East Tennessee State. We'll tell you all about that. Also, we'll delve into about the Reds a little bit. We'll see how they're doing as they get ready to open up the season. And as Horace alluded to, Cueto's contract, he's in his final year, and he's looking for big bucks. And you brought up a good point Friday. Does he go out there and throw hard every day and give you 120%? You'd like to think he would. But some guys may go, I don't know if it's Cueto because I don't know Cueto, but some would say,
At some point, there's going to come a period in time when he's going to realize they're not going to give me what I want, or the Cincinnati's just going to flat out tell him, no, this is our final offer, and he's not going to like it. So why bother?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be there next year anyway, so why should I care about what I do out of the mound?
There you go. Well, also got
to go through the motions. I'll do my job, but am I going to give it 150%? I wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
But
yeah, when you look in that mirror and go, I need to give him 120%, do what's best. No. Okay.
I mean, he's going to have a bad attitude. I'm telling you.
Where's your Dick Tracy watch, by the way?
I forgot to charge it last night.
There you go.
Sorry.
And he's on me all the time. He forgot to charge his Dick Tracy watch, so he's back to the old standard.
Oh no, this is my G-Shock.
Your what?
It's a G-Shock.
Okay, what's that mean?
It means it's indestructible.
I could run over it and it
It's
wouldn't break it?
military spec G-Shock.
Okay. Could I run over it and be okay?
Yeah.
Take a ball-peen hammer to it, be okay?
Not about a ball-peen hammer, but it's
Take a sledge to it?
It's shock-proof and water-proof. And
if I shock it with a sledgehammer coming down, is it going to make it? Is it going to live?
Probably not.
Okay, well, then it ain't shock-proof. It ain't sledgehammer-proof. Look, I'm from West Virginia. Everything is destructive.
It's still a watch.
It's all built around destruction growing up in West Virginia. Quick break. We will take a quick break, I should say. We'll come back. We've got the thought for the day and some more sports headlines coming up. As we said a little bit later on the show, Karen Hubbs will join us from Johnson City Road Race coming up this weekend. You may want to be a part of. Also got the Gator Man with the quiz show coming up, and also Dave Ongie. He's due to join us for the NASCAR preview for the Texas Motor Speedway coming up this weekend. All that straight ahead right here on this Monday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and Start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you for being with us on this Monday, again, April the 6th, 2015. And, of course, up at the track today, doing some things, getting ready for Bristol Live next week. And it is a buzz. It is full speed ahead. They got to hammer down. It is race time, and everybody going in 20 different directions, tying up those loose ends because the race fans, some are already there. Some of the campgrounds beginning to start seeing some folks coming in already. And, of course, really coming up this weekend, you'll really start seeing a onslaught or influx of people coming. So, yep, it is race week, really. Even though it's not race week, it's race week for the staff of BMS. I can guarantee you that. And they are very, very excited about folks coming to town, and we are as well. And we'll be up there at Bristol Live again next week. Hey, we're joined by our buddy from the Kingsport Times News, Dave Ongie, our NASCAR beat writer. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Just fine, sir. Thanks for checking in with us. Did you have a good Easter?
Oh, I had a great one. How about you guys?
Oh, absolutely. Did you have any eggs with the little people?
I did. You know, my kid told me, she said you didn't hide them hard enough this year, so I'm going to have to find some new hiding places next year, I believe.
You were too easy on her, Dad, or she was just too smart. That's probably what it is, because I've met the young lady. She's a smart young lassie. I tell you what, she's takes after her daddy and her mama, no question about that. Let's talk a little Texas Motor Speedway. They've had the week off, and so now it's back ready to go for a big, big week of racing at Texas Motor Speedway with the Duck Commander 500. And again, we talked about this last week, but who are some folks that were scratching their head trying to figure out what went wrong last week and had an off week? Which teams have been doing that, do you think?
Well, you know, I think the teams that are really were trying to make use of the off week were the teams that were behind at California, you know, because when you look at if you're in trouble at a track like California or, you know, Las Vegas or those mile and a halves that are going to make up the bulk of the schedule and, of course, are going to be a challenge this week at a track like Texas, you know, the teams that are off are trying to get their mile and a half programs back up and running. And, you know, I think Roush Fenway Racing is a team that's in that boat. You know, I think they may be a little bit behind the curve at this point. You know, there's a few others too. You know, of course, there's some teams feeling pretty good about themselves. You know, the Stewart Haas and the Hendrick Motorsports, as well as the Penske Racing. Those guys seem to really nailed this mile and a half setup this year and have run well consistently up front. So, you know, you kind of have a mix. You know, you're having some teams that are trying to improve a little bit on what they've got, and you've got some other teams that are just trying to play catch up. So that off week before a mile and a half track like Texas really came at a good time for a lot of teams.
Talking to Dave Ongie, the NASCAR beat writer with the Kingsport Times News. So going forward, Texas Motor Speedway, a unique track and a popular track for the drivers, and who typically runs well at Texas?
Well, Jimmy Johnson over the years has had a lot of success there. That's been a track he's done well at, especially, that's a track that's late in the chase. And there's been a time or two when he's really been able to nail down his championship by having a strong run or a win there at Texas. A guy who's been really looking for a win big time lately, Matt Kenseth, a guy that's been scraping around a little bit. He's been great at Texas over the years as well. And there have been some races at that track where he's been out front at the end and hasn't necessarily had the fastest car, but is able to find a way to run lines to keep the second-place car behind him. So, when you're able to do that, when you're able to win races at a track and you don't necessarily have the fastest car there, like Kenseth's been able to do, that track is one that gives you a lot of confidence when you go back there. So, it might be a week for that 20 team to break through and be able to get a win.
Donald Dave Ongie, you go back last year to the race at Texas, and that was the race where Gordon had a little post-race skirmish with Brad Keselowski, and it kind of spilled over and kind of created some bad blood. That was last year in the second race. The first race, Joey Logano got the W and brought home the checkers in the Duck Commander 500 a year ago. But again, going back to Gordon and Keselowski had a little brush up last year down in Texas and didn't go well for Mr. K. He wasn't well liked in the pit area, in the garage area, as a result of that, because he challenged one of the ambassadors to the sport.
Yeah, definitely, and that came from a late race restart, where Keselowski saw a hole there, and he knew his only chance of winning a championship was going for that hole and trying to get the win, and that's something with that new playoff format where you have to do that. You have to go for that hole when it's there, and those are the kind of moments, where one driver sees it one way and another driver sees it another, that's where you get your skirmishes from. That's where they really mix it up, and I think with the way NASCAR is now, where you're either trying to win races to get into the chase or you're trying to win races once you get there in order to advance. I think they've created a lot of that drama at tracks like Texas, where drivers in the past may have been willing to settle for second or third place in a good points day. And now really when you look at it, the weight of being able to win a race is worth so much more, whether you're in the regular season or in the chase, that drivers are willing to take some chances and do some things that are going to cause a little bit of controversy after the race is over with.
With his finger on the pulse and his ear to the ground, he's always checking things out. Our buddy Dave Ongie, the NASCAR beat writer. Have you heard anything on updates on Kyle Busch? Any talk about his return or any updates on Kyle Busch?
Well, I saw a picture yesterday that he posted on Twitter of him and his wife standing there, and of course she's expecting a child. So, the two of them had an Easter picture together yesterday. Kyle Busch wearing shorts, and you could see the scar on his right leg where he had his surgery, and his ankle. Left ankle still looks pretty banged up, in the picture, but, the guy's standing on his own 2 feet, as they say, at this point, which is a lot better off than he was a few weeks ago. So, I don't know where he's at in the recovery process in terms of getting back in a race car, but seeing him standing there on his own is definitely something I know that'll get the Kyle Busch fans fired up just to see he's that much closer to racing.
Last 10 Cup races at Texas, Jimmy Johnson with 3 wins, Denny Hamlin with a couple of wins. Biffle got a win. There's a guy we haven't heard much from this year. Roush Fenway Racing's Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, and Kyle Busch. And so these are guys that have won in the last 10 races in Texas. And the most recent Cup race, of course, as we mentioned in November, Jimmy Johnson led the most laps, then came Keselowski. Harvick was in the mix, so was Busch, and so was Jamie McMurray. But, again, heading down that way, typically who struggles at Texas? Who has a tough time down there?
Well, it just it kind of depends, on what you show up with on race weekend. That's a track where, it seems like drivers, if they unload and they're way off from the get-go, they really have a hard time catching up to the front runners. It can be a really long, frustrating weekend there at Texas if that happens. You mentioned Hamlin and Biffle, which are two guys I didn't talk much about earlier, and guys who've had success there. Hamlin at Martinsville, getting the win there and kind of getting himself some momentum, getting rolling. Going back to Texas, boy, if that 11 team could put it together, they could really jump from a team nobody's talked about much into one of those teams that's able to roll off a few wins this summer and go into the chase as a strong contender. Greg Biffle, and we mentioned Roush a little bit, how bad they've been struggling, but again, with him having some success at Texas, boy, would it be a big weekend for him to get a good run, because Greg Biffle this year is a guy that nobody has really talked about at all. They just have struggled to put anything together, and he's the leader of that team now with Carl Edwards gone. He's the unquestioned guy that's the lead driver there, and boy, I'll tell you, leading by example, if he can get a win, that might help fire up the other younger drivers there and kind of get that whole team going.
Refreshing the point standings, had a week off heading to Texas. Here's the top 10 of the Cup Series. Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, 24 points behind. Martin Truex Jr. having a heck of a season so far. He is currently third in points, 32 points off the pace. Then comes Keselowski. Casey Kane, there's one day we haven't said much about all year. And quietly, here's Casey Kane, fifth in points, heading to Texas.
Yeah, he definitely is, and he's just been putting together good runs. And, there have been some drivers like Harvick that have been so spectacular that's where the focus has been, and some drivers that have just been consistent and been solid. Those were drivers we would have talked about in years past before the point system changed and wins became so important because, the key to being able to qualify for the chase and then be able to race for a championship was to be able to put together a stretch of races like Casey Kane has so far or like Martin Truex Jr. has so far where you're always in the top 10, always in the top 5. But it just kind of goes to show that, they've made winning so important now that whoever wins the races kind of steals the headline. There's really not much talk about, kind of who's wearing points. But, a good racer will tell you that the key to being able to win races is to be able to run in the top 5 consistently. And then one day it's going to be your day. Everything's going to go right, and you're going to end up in victory lane. So, Casey Kane's a guy to keep an eye on, especially this week, as good as Hendrick has been on these intermediate tracks. It could be a week that he finally breaks through and kind of steals the headlines there by actually getting the win.
Rounding out the top 10 in points of the Cup Series, Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, Denny Hamlin Jr., and Eric Almirola, the top 10 in points heading to Texas. Before I let you go, let's take a look real quick at the Xfinity Series. They'll rev back up this week as well. After 5 races, your points leader is Ty Dillon. Then comes Chris Buescher. He's 5 points off the pace. Chase Elliott, the defending champ, he's currently in third, I should say. Ryan Reed fourth. Darrell Wallace fifth. Brendan Gaughan sixth. Regan Smith seventh. And rounding out the top 10, Elliott Sadler, David Starr, and Brian Scott. What's your take so far on the Xfinity Series?
It's been some exciting racing out there. The Cup drivers so far have really run well. The Nationwide guys haven't quite stepped up like they did last year. Chase Elliott, of course, last year able to really turn some heads by getting some wins early there. So far it's been the Cup drivers that have had a lot of success. And, but really, honestly, I expect at some point for a few of these Nationwide drivers to start, not Nationwide, but Xfinity drivers to start putting it together, and getting some wins out there and maybe earning themselves a chance like Chase Elliott has gotten to, get the attention of a Cup owner and maybe get a Cup ride here pretty soon.
And so it all gets started coming up this weekend, the Duck Commander 500, of course, right off the Duck Dynasty. And I would assume Willie and Cy or somebody's going to be there representing the Duck Commander family, wouldn't you think?
Oh, I'd say so. I'd say somebody is. It's going to be interesting to see who they, which beards they have out there telling the gentleman and Danica to start their engine.
Well, I don't think they want to see the beards. They probably want to see Corey or Jessica or Missy's probably who they want to see, or what's the little girl's name? Sadie. I'd say that's who a lot of the race fans would like to see. But, yeah, you're right. Somebody will be there, and even Miss Kay for that matter. But it's the Duck Commander 500 this weekend at Texas. Dave will check back in with you on Friday afternoon and kind of get a little closer, see what's happening between now and then, getting ready for a return after a week off of the NASCAR Sprint Cup season. So, hey, we'll talk to you coming up on Fridays. All right?
Sounds great. Yeah, we'll talk to you then.
All right, have a great week. And, again, I'm glad your daughter called you out on the Easter egg hunt. That was good. So, Dad, you were too easy. So what she said? That was great.
She did. She said, you hit them too easy this year, so next year I'm going to have to find some good spots. We'll see how that goes.
I love
Hopefully, as of right now, I think I'm still a little bit smarter than her, but the gap's closing.
Trust me, the older you get, the older she gets, that gap's going to close real quick. So that's one of those Kodak memory moments. Again, Easter egg hunts with your daughter. It's good stuff. Dave, have a great week. I'll talk to you Friday, my friend.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, super job right there. Great guy. Dave Ongie, again, NASCAR beat writer for the Kingsport Times News. And, yeah, I know a lot of people yesterday had those memory makers. And you guys where'd you guys go to eat? Steakhouse?
Went Texas Roadhouse.
How'd that go for you?
Good.
Good? Have a good time? Everything good?
Yeah, I had a New York strip steak. It was cooked the way I wanted it.
Yeah, you were happy.
I was a happy camper.
Yeah. Man, sometimes you go and Hold your breath for my boy Horace, because you don't know. But it was a good one yesterday.
Yeah, had a
All
good
right.
time.
Now we're going to take a break, come right back. We'll be ready to go with our buddy. Of course, the Gator Man's getting ready for the quiz show. And as we go to the break, may I say hello to Tommy Alderman. I also want to say hello to Joe Bates. Also Patrick Savage from the Speedway. Also a big shout-out to Kevin Tribbett, the trainer at Dobbins Minute. And also hello to David Carmike, our buddy from the Johnson City Parks and Rec. And also Tiger Brooks, the I was going to say principal, the pastor at the, Indian Springs Baptist Church. And just went totally blank. Is it Brentwood Campus? It doesn't sound right. Something Wood Campus. Anyway, he knows where he's preaching. Indian Springs Baptist Church. He likes us on Facebook, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. How do we go there, by the way, as we go to the break? Would you tell them how to go there and tell them what is I'm supposed to say? You're supposed to like and follow us.
Go to Facebook, and you can search Tom Taylor Sports Show, or go to facebook.com/Tom Taylor Sports Show, and you'll come to our show's page. And just click on that little like button there. And if you want to leave a comment, you can leave a comment. You can click to follow, and we'll give you some little updates. You'll get notifications when we go live and that sort of thing. So
can't beat it. Baseball scoreboards go to the break right now. Bottom of the second, Detroit leads Minnesota 3-0. End of the second, Yankees and Blue Jays are scoreless. Again, those are the two games coming up later on this afternoon. You've got Boston and Philadelphia, Baltimore, Tampa Bay. You've got the Mets and Washington. And you've also got Chicago, Kansas City, Angels in Seattle, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. The game we're watching very closely for the winning bet, San Diego and the Dodgers. I've taken the Dodgers of Don Mattingly. You've got the Padres. Winner enjoys, loser pays. This is our tiebreaker for the March Madness bracket. I'm going to brag on ourselves a little bit. I mean, we go 41 picks. That's not too shabby. I don't know.
41 each?
Yeah, I don't know how many there are. 41 for whatever.
I'm surprised I stayed in as long as I did with the bracket when it got busted during the first two rounds.
I am too. See, 41, see 64 teams. There's no way to know how many games have been played, but we got 41 correct picks. How did the Gator Man do?
I haven't figured it out.
Never graded him out?
Here's his little – no, that's mine.
That's his right there.
There's his.
He sent it sideways, and half the brackets are missing. So, I mean, it's just kind of hard. It's just kind of hard to read. Yeah, the brackets. The first two rounds are missing. Well, that's a good way to. It's my boy. We're getting ready to talk to him here in a few minutes. But anyway, the Gator Man played as well. But Horace and I went 41 picks. And the tiebreakers today's baseball game. We're scientific. Remember the Duck Dynasty episode where Willie's going to leave and go take another job? And they went out in the woods and hung out, and they finally decided they had a turtle race. Those great big old turtles, those tortoises. Right. That's what decided the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
If my turtle wins, I stay. If my turtle loses, I'm going to go take his other job. So we're kind of that way. It's nothing scientific. We let a baseball game decide the March Madness college picks. I've got the Dodgers. You got the Padres this afternoon, right? So
I got the Padres.
There you go. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got the Gator Man front and center on a Monday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Hey, Diet Mountain Dew driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. On April 19th, I'll be racing at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Food City 500. Tickets start at just $64, so call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com today to see me and my Diet Mountain Dew team in Bristol. It's Bristol, baby.
Drumsticks. I want drumsticks for Christmas. Or just sticks. I might just go ahead and cut some piece of oak. Give me some sticks. There we go. Tom Dillon Sports Show on a Monday. Thank you for being with us. Horace, before we get to our guest, let's get him first, and we'll come back and talk about how we can let folks. You are running out of time to win tickets to Bristol. Tell you that the race is a week from Saturday, so we'll tell you all about that coming up in a few minutes. Let's go to the phonies there. The Gator Man's in the house. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Greetings and salutations. I'm doing fantastic.
All right. Did you watch Kentucky-Wisconsin on Saturday night?
No, I did not, but I wish I would have now.
Oh, okay. Another anti-Kentucky fan, all right. So will you watch tonight's game, Kentucky, or rather Wisconsin and Duke?
I will watch it. I would watch the whole thing if it started earlier, but I'll watch as long as I can stay awake.
There's my point, Horace. See there?
Okay, I'll use the same analogy. If you're going to watch the championship game, it doesn't make a difference whether it's at 5 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's what I said earlier.
Somebody that's retired.
Oh,
hit your bell.
There you go. There you go. Good job, Gator. Talking about a guy who's retired. He's got a little time on his hands. There you go. So, hey, I can text Horace at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll get a response more times than not. He's a night owl. So tonight you don't care if you stay up and watch it. Are you going to pull for Duke or Wisconsin?
I'll probably pull for Duke just because they're more local.
There you go. All right. So tell me about.
But I wouldn't be upset if Wisconsin won either. So
exactly. So I think Horace is right. It's going to be a great ball game, and I don't think Okafor and Kaminsky will be the marquee matchup, but I don't think that's what's going to decide it. What will decide it, in my humble opinion, will be the official. They call it tight, they're going to let them play. They call it tight, and these guys can be susceptible to getting in foul trouble. So you don't want that. I would think they're going to be told, the officials, hey, it's a national game, a lot on the line here, marquee guys, let them play.
Well, if it goes the way they've been doing it throughout the whole tournament, they're going to let them play.
Yeah.
They're not going to call it tight.
No.
There's going to be a wrestling match out there.
What Horace? He gets a little frisky on Mondays, doesn't he, Gator? Man, oh, man. We need to bring him down there to your place and slap some hot towels on him and cool him off a little bit.
After that.
Yeah, he'd be relaxed and he'd just be like a Gumby doll. It's rubbery. So, hey, tell me what's going on Saturday. We're going to be over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be happening in Johnson City. What's the big event coming up Saturday?
That's right. It's the National Football Foundation's first annual scholarship banquet. I don't know if the official count is official yet, but last time I counted, we had 74 people showing up. So 74 people for the first year, that's pretty good.
That's awesome. Kudos.
We're going to have 3 scholarships given out and 2 awards given out. I'm very excited. We got 8 schools involved, 8 young men that deserve some recognition.
There you go. Very good. I'm proud of you. 74 guests that first year is awesome. It starts at 10 o'clock at the Holiday Inn in Johnson City. Is it too late? Can we still get tickets to be there on Saturday?
Well, if you don't mind not eating, come on down.
Okay.
They said they can always make more food, so hopefully we'll see.
Okay. There you go. It starts at 10 o'clock.
Starts at 10 o'clock and ends at 12, and then we head over to watch the ETSU blue and gold game.
Which is at Kermit Tipton Stadium, right?
Yes, sir. Starts at 2, but the buck walk starts at 1, and the gates open at 12.
Awesome. Going to be a lot of fun, all going on this coming Saturday. I haven't checked the weather to see what it's going to be like, but
supposed to be nice.
Supposed to be nice. That's what I want to hear. Now, are you ready for the quiz show?
Well, you're the one. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to ace it. What are you talking about? It's going to be a 5 for 5er. So, oh yeah, sunny and 71 on Saturday. Whew, that's going to be great for a spring football game. All right, let's hit the theme. Here we go. Let's go ahead and go out on record and say this will be a week of 5 for 5s. I'm going to smoke it today. I'll smoke it tomorrow with Richard Isaac. I'll definitely smoke it Wednesday with the Apester and those pitiful Elvis questions she comes
Hey,
up
a broke
with.
watch is right twice a day.
A what?
A broke watch is right twice a day.
That's pretty good. A broke watch is right twice a day. All right, good job. All right, so who am I playing for today? Let me see. Let me pick one. What are my categories, by the way? Do I at least get a chance?
It's a March Madness.
March? Oh, boy, March Madness. All right. Let's see who I'm going to play for today. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to pull one out of the hat here, and I'm going to play for Andy Dietrich. How about that? Andy Dietrich from Champion Chevrolet Cadillac. Let's see if we can't win one from him today. So
Andy, don't give up.
there you go. Here. And don't quit your day job. All right, here we go. Question number 1, March Madness Trivia.
Okay, UCLA holds the record for longest winning streak at 88 games. Is that true or false?
Oh, I thought that was like a two-part question.
No, is that?
I'm sorry. I was waiting for the second part. Repeat it again, please.
UCLA holds the record for the longest winning streak at 88 games.
All right. You talking about regular season or tournament? That's a little
regular season.
That's a little vague.
That's not March Madness.
Yeah.
Well, it's all basketball.
Oh, now it's
Okay,
basketball.
now it's basketball. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking March Madness. Okay, so the question again is
the March Madness website.
So the question again is UCLA has the longest winning streak at 88 games in college basketball. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I would say that's true.
That is right.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah. I'm off and running. Go smoke this bad boy. Go ahead.
Okay, the rest of them are March Madness.
Okay.
In 1983, the North Carolina State Wolfpack won the NCAA championship, but was never ranked higher than 15th during the regular season.
NC State Wolfpack, that was Jimmy Valvano, Jimmy V's dream team. All right, so the question is they were never ranked higher than 15th
during the season.
During the regular season. I know they got on a run. Also, that's true.
That is true.
Oh! Ha ha! But wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
You might be premature there. You still got 3 questions to go.
Oh, I'm feeling it today.
I was going to say, that watch is still right, too.
When the moon is in the 7th stars and Jupiter lines with Mars. All right, I'm feeling it. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the Kentucky Wildcats were the last team to be repeat national champions. True or false?
That's false.
Do you know who it was?
Well, wait a minute. I can look right here. Last time it was Florida.
That's right.
Florida Gators. All right.
I had to get them in there somehow.
3. 3 for 3, baby.
Hey, did you all conspire over the weekend, by the way?
No.
Y'all haven't talked. You haven't spoken.
I stopped by there Saturday, but I was
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't do the questions till this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, we didn't talk about this. All right, number 4, here we go.
I didn't have time to talk to you on Saturday.
No, you had them lined up, man. You were rocking.
Oh. Okie doke. Arizona is the only team to beat 3 number 1 seeds en route to the championship. True or false?
In the same year?
In the same year. They had to be 3 number 1s to win the championship.
All right, Arizona, that's Lute Olson, is the only team to beat 3 number 1s on the way to the championship game. Oh, boy. Let's see, Arizona, the only team to beat 3 number 1s in the same season on the way to the championship game. I'll say that is true.
You are correct.
Oh! Okay, we're rocking. We're 4 for 4, baby. Here we go.
Okay, I don't. Well,
he's going to win this, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't know how old he is.
Old enough to know better, but go ahead.
Okay, in the first NCAA tournament in 1939, there were 12 teams that competed. True or false?
All right, say it again.
In the first NCAA tournament in 1939, there were 12 teams that competed.
That would be false.
You are correct.
Oh,
no! There were 8.
Woo, woo. There's 8 teams, absolutely. Oh,
my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm in it. See? It's going to be the perfect week. Richard Isaacs, look out. The Apester on Wednesday, look out, baby. It's in the stars. It's in the water. Woo-hoo! Can I get up there and move up to an 8? Can I do that? Go ahead, Gator. While I'm doing that, tell us about Cherokee Barbershop, would you please?
Cherokee Barbershop is a great place to come get a haircut and a shave. The haircuts are free if you buy an $11 cup of coffee.
All right.
We're open Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and Saturday, 8:30 to 1, except for this coming Saturday because I'll be at the banquet.
There you go. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put a 5 beside my name. Horace can talk all the smack he wants to, but I got 5. He's got 1. And I'm going to put 1.
Yeah, well, look, 3 or 4 of those. I think, 4 of those have come at the hands of Gator, so there's something going on.
And I also want to say, in Horace's defense,
he has no defense.
You've done it a lot more than he has. You did it every day. I'm trying, Horace. I'm trying.
Yeah, you're trying.
I know.
Because that ain't working. That ain't working either. That has nothing to do about the times at bat versus home runs. That has nothing to do with that. So there you go. Good try, Gator. But all right, so we're going to be over there Saturday from 10 till noon. So it is too late to get a ticket to eat, but you can still come and see these kids. These student athletes get these deserving scholarships and get to hear from Scott Carter, who's our guest speaker from East Tennessee State, and also got a surprise guest too. Is that right?
That is right. Don't know how long he'll stay because he had something to do that afternoon, but we've got a surprise guest.
Gator, I can't tell you enough. I look up here, man, I love that big fat 8 on that Bracken Paving asphalt maintenance scoreboard. That is awesome. Woo-hoo! That's good.
You got the snowman up there.
There needs to be a bigger asterisk next to that 5, though, by your name.
Why?
Because 4 of them come from Gator.
Well, don't make any difference.
I got 4.
A win, yeah. A win is a win is a win, baby.
I still think there's something going on between you two.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
How many? This is what, the 8th week of the show, 9th week?
9th week, yep.
So that's, 20?
I'm 5 for 8. I'm 5 for 9, baby. That's what it is.
Okay.
That's a pretty good batting. That's pretty good batting average. I've been up to bat nine Mondays, and I've hit 5 home runs. I'll take that all day long, even in wiffle ball. I'll take that.
That's a good average.
Oh, absolutely. So, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and wow you with my Casio calculator. 5 divided by 9. That is that ain't right. 55% is better than that. No, it is about right. So
you're batting 650.
Yep, there you go. Right around 650. Gator, man, I'll see you Saturday. I love it. Thank you. You've made my week. I've gone 5 for 5. I'm feeling good about myself.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could help.
There you go. Have a great week. I'll see you Saturday.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Woo-hoo! Yeah. I'm talking SmackDown. Hit that. Yeah, hit that bell. So I'm going to serve notice. Richard Isaac, you better be ready. Apester, you better be ready. It's going to be a perfect week on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. I love it. All right, going 5 for 5. Look at that beautiful big fat 8. And beside my name is a 5. Horace, I talk a lot of smack, has 1. Gator has 1. Buzzer has 1. I'm up to 5. 5 for 9. I didn't realize that's a good batting average. 5 for 9. 9 Mondays, I've hit a grand salami 5 times. Or a home run.
And
so
4 of them at the hands of Gator.
There you go. But a win
I want to take him out. He needs to go pitch somewhere else.
Whoo, I like it. Quick break. We'll be right back. Hour number 2. Coming up, we've got Karen Hubbs going to join us from Johnson City Big Road Race this week. Also, we got Rob Cole and Bob from, Book Lovers Warehouse due to join us. And also, we've got some tickets to give away a little bit later on in the show. We'll tell you how to do that. Tickets to the doubleheader next Saturday in Bristol. Back after this, hour 2 coming at you on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Good afternoon, hour number 2 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you for being with us again on this Monday, April the 6th. Again, our 41st day together, our 9th week of the show, and we appreciate that very, very much. And I want to say thanks again. You responded to our advertising last week at Antioch Baptist Church about some airtime promoting their Easter egg hunt on Saturday and their Easter services rather on Sunday, and talked to Pete Taggett today and had folks that said they heard about it on the show. And also a couple of Sundays ago, when he had Carl Torbush here, the head coach of East Tennessee State, gave his testimony on the morning worship service. And we had Pete on a couple of times, and he said people came up and said, "We heard you on the Tom Taylor Sports Show." We appreciate that very much. About to hear Karen Hubbs from Johnson City. Good afternoon, young lady. How are you?
Hey, Tom. I'm doing very good.
Yeah. Now, are you a basketball fan? Are you going to be watching the game tonight?
Of course. I used to play basketball at King College back in the day.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. So you played in the old Klein Gymnasium. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, they're spoiled now. They have that nice new gym.
So who do you like tonight? Do you like Wisconsin or do you like Duke?
I think, well, I'm a Duke fan probably. At heart, on my bucket list is to go see a basketball game there. But tickets are hard to come by here.
Yes, they are. So you're going to take Duke tonight. What about tomorrow night? UConn and Notre Dame for the women's championship. Who do you like there?
Well, I was really wanting South Carolina so someone in the SEC could win it, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. But, you know, if you can't be for UT, you have to go for UConn. I mean, it's been such a long rivalry between those two. That's probably who I'm going to vote for.
There you go.
Although I do like Notre Dame, but I think I'm rooting for UConn.
All right, so we will find out tomorrow night. Again, that will be for the ladies. Tonight's the gentlemen. It will be Wisconsin and the Duke Blue Devils tonight for the men's national championship. Ladies tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, get ready for a race in Johnson City called Run for the Booty. Tell me what this is all about.
Well, it is in conjunction with the Thirsty Orange Festival, but we teamed up with ETSU, and that's hence the name the Booty. It's for the pirate booty, of course. And the race starts at 11 a.m. Saturday morning, and it will start beside the Bank of Tennessee there by the Millennium Center, and then the whole course is in ETSU's property, or on ETSU's property, I should say. We have 3 color stations and 3 other luau type theme activities. It will not be a timed race because it's more of a fun run, but if you have some kids or college students, high school students, or you just want to come out and just have a blast, we definitely encourage you to come to Run for the Booty race. And it's about a 5K. It's around 3 miles.
Now, how many years have we had? Is this the first year of the Run for the Booty?
this is actually the second year of the race. We had about 500 runners last year. We hope to have about similar numbers this year. We will have prizes. We have costume contests, hula hoop contest. We have a girl from Lazoom Comedy Tour in Asheville, North Carolina, that's coming over. Her name is Augusta Wind. I've not personally heard her, but I've heard she's hilarious. And she's going to be our MC for the night, or for the day, I should say. And then we have a DJ that will be playing music throughout the morning and leading up to the start of the Thirsty Orange.
Again, we're talking to Karen Hubbs, and she is ready for this Run for the Booty coming up in Johnson City. Of course, it's coming up this Saturday. Can we still get signed up and enter into this race?
Yes, you can register all week. However, to guarantee your shirt and your shirt size, today is your deadline because we have to order that through our apparel company. And you can go to runforthebooty.com, and there's registration link there. Of course, we have a Facebook page, all that social media stuff out there, Instagram, all that. But we do encourage you to register today. It's $25. And of course, if you wait for packet pickup, it goes up to $30. So we definitely want to encourage you to register today.
Tell us about some other races you've got coming up. I know we talked last week, and I know, of course, it's a ways off in November, obviously, for the race in and around Thanksgiving morning. But tell me some other races you're in charge of between now and then.
Well, next month, May the 9th, it is the Saturday before Mother's Day. We are working with Rise Up, which is a nonprofit faith-based ministry in Johnson City, and we're going to have Run for Your Mom 5K. And it used to be called Run the Gump, so we will run in the neighborhood of the Gump neighborhood in Johnson City, and it starts at 9 a.m. at Rotary Park, and I hope to come in a couple weeks to talk more about that. But it will be a fun day just to honor your mom. You can run your BF. I'm running for whatever your mom's name is, just another way to honor her. And then in the fall, we have, of course, Bluegrass Half Marathon. We're waiting for the last-minute approvals from the city of Johnson City, but we're hoping to move that to a Saturday this year. And then we're supposed to have a marathon May the 9th, and there's some construction there in Bluff City, and so we've had to postpone it. And we've actually asked Bristol Motor Speedway if we could host a fall race. And, of course, their property is a big part of that. And so we're just waiting for final approvals on that. If it doesn't work out for this fall, it'll be next spring. And, of course, that's the only marathon in Northeast Tennessee, so it's a pretty big deal. There is one in Abingdon, but not in the Tennessee lines, right? And then, of course, we have two small 5Ks. We have a superhero race August the 1st, and then we have something that was a huge hit last year. It was a s'mores run, and we actually used a part of the Sweetie Trail, which is a new hit for Johnson City, and then we finished at the Smokehouse Barbecue Restaurant where people could sit around and roast the s'mores and have some barbecue and just hang out with some friends. And it was a fall setting, so it was it's probably one of my favorite races last year, and we're looking forward to that November the 7th. And then we finish out our race schedule for the year with the Johnson City Turkey Trot, and it will be the 10th year. So we're going to definitely do a big push here in the next few weeks, and, of course, leading up to the race. This race is not just a 5K. It's almost a homecoming for people that live in and around Johnson City, and it's just a neat, family-friendly event. And you bring your dogs, strollers, whatever. We just want people to come out and be healthy. And, of course, that's Thanksgiving morning.
All this going on again, and we'll have more to say about that all the way through the calendar year, talking with her before each race. Again, one more time, give us the basics on Run for the Booty coming up this weekend, this Saturday morning in Johnson City.
It is this Saturday at 11 a.m. You can come to packet pickup and register at the Carnegie Hotel that afternoon on Friday, of course, the morning before the race. But we want to encourage everybody to go online and register to guarantee your shirt and all the swag that you'll get. And that's runforthebooty.com.
There you go. Hey, great report. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you, and I'll talk to you again real soon, all right?
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, great job letting us present that and promote that for her. We appreciate that very much. Karen Hubbs, again, runforthebooty.com is that website to go to. Coming up this Saturday morning, as you heard, being run in Johnson City. Baseball updates. Toronto leads the Yankees 5-0. A-Rod went out for his first at-bat since 2013 and got a very warm reception, it says. And so he walked in an 8-pitch at-bat. And so A-Rod, his first one back when it counts, opening day, and he got him a base on balls. And, again, you have, again, a 5-0 Toronto lead in the top of the 4th inning at Yankee Stadium. Also in the American League, you have Detroit leading Minnesota 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Coming up later on this afternoon, Boston and Philadelphia, Baltimore at Tampa Bay, the Mets at Washington, White Sox at Kansas City, the Angels in Seattle, and a 4:10 first pitch, the Redlegs, Johnny Cueto on the mound against Pittsburgh for opening day in Cincinnati. Our thought for the day brought to you by Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, the Big Easy we call him. It is better to take a risk now than to always live in fear. That's awesome. It is better to take a risk now than to always live in fear. Greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing, because the person who risks nothing accomplishes nothing, has nothing, feels nothing, and in the end becomes nothing. Don't be afraid to take a calculated risk. Risk is essential for growth in every area of life. So the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. It is better to take a risk now than to always live in fear. And, of course, this show right here in its 9th week and growing every day was a calculated risk, and it's working. And it's in large part to you for watching and listening. We appreciate that very much. Our buddy Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, tell you more about him in just a second. Horace, tell us how they can go back tonight. And, of course, they're hearing it and seeing it now, livestream.com. But tonight or anytime, they can go back via the podcast. Tell me about that.
What you need to do is just go to TuneIn Radio. You can go to Stitcher.com, or download the Stitcher app for your phone, or iTunes. And we podcast our show every day. I'll upload the show after we conclude it, and you can go back and download it and listen to it at your leisure.
There you go. And folks are doing that. In fact, TuneIn's radio, that's the hot one, isn't it?
Yeah, over more than 50% of the downloads are coming from TuneIn.
There you go. And so we appreciate you very, very much watching us, listening to us now live on livestream.com. But, again, tonight or anytime, once Horace puts it up onto the, what do you call it, up into the nebulous.
Cyber world.
There you go, the cyber world. It's out there for you. And all the shows are archived, right? You can go back
Yes.
anytime and watch it.
And you can go back to livestream.com, too. I mean, it's live right now on livestream.com, but if you go to the Tom Taylor Productions page, and all our shows are right there. So you can go back and listen, watch them.
There you go. Got a couple of pro football stories coming up here in just a second. Again, with Larry Kaiser and Nationwide, we know how hard you work for what you have and how important your family and your home is. That's why we provide complete, uncompromising home insurance for all those things we hope never happen. I have my home insured by Nationwide and Larry Kaiser, so you can be sure that when it's most needed, you'll be taken care of quickly and without hassle. And I can tell you that. Had a new roof put on this is about this time last year, and it was a no hassle. I mean, from the get-go. Had the adjuster/estimator come up here, get up on the roof, walk around, fill out some forms. Came down off the roof, said, yep, I had some storm damage. He said, you're eligible for a new roof, and here's what you got to do. Fill out the paperwork, boom, boom, boom. He said next day, actually in 2 days, the guy came by and said, you can pick out the color of your shingles if you want to change. And within a week, I had a new roof. Boom. I mean, they took care of it. Nationwide is definitely on my side. Even the homeowner's insurance, and if you don't have homeowner's insurance with them right now, give them a call. He can switch it over for you. 282-1389. More than an investment, your house is where you live and where you make memories that last a lifetime. At Nationwide, they've been providing professional, personal service for more than 75 years. And I can tell you that right up front. They have a great, great staff here locally with Larry Kaiser and the folks. And, again, they can take care of you. The homeowner's insurance, 282-1389 is the number to call. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right, Horace, we got a couple of football stories. First off, this just in, the Raiders lose another player. I knew that was going to get him going.
I love it.
That's a surprise. Bengals signing free agent wide receiver Denarius Moore, played 4 seasons with the Raiders, 142 catches, 17 touchdowns, gone. He's moved on as a free agent to catch the football in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And so that was breaking news. If that's, I guess it's defined as breaking. He's leaving the Raiders. So
we just need to go out there and dig a grave and put your banner in it.
There you go. Just going on out. Just dig one up and have it be done with it, right?
That's right.
So, because they're 3-13. They're jumping off the ship like rats off a sinking ship. So Denarius Moore's gone from the Raiders to the Bengals this afternoon. Also, story coming out of Cleveland. Offensive tackle Joe Thomas says Cleveland Browns quarterback Johnny Manziel undergoing voluntary rehab treatment. Okay, well, I don't know what he's doing. Actually, after we last talked about this, our buddy Ken Archer said it was alcohol rehab. But how come they just keep saying voluntary? How come they don't say it? Anybody else or any other scenario, they have everything out there for it. There's no privacy about anything.
And let me tell you something. Voluntarily, the Browns probably said, we're going to say it's voluntary, but you're going.
Well, yeah. I mean, the team said that. But my point is, how come they're not saying what it is? Voluntary rehab treatment. They didn't say for what. Of course, it's been reported it was alcohol. You say, well, what difference? What doesn't to me? But usually anytime somebody has a story, they always bring up their past,
Well, he's such a controversial player. They don't want that stigma of, well, he's in there for drugs. He's in there for alcohol. See, we told you so. I mean, that's just more to the story, and they don't want that publicity, I guess.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
He needs to report it. Anyway, his teammate says one of his teammates will have to prove to his teammates he's dedicated to winning. So says offensive tackle Joe Thomas. Quote, I think he's going to have to prove to the team that football is important and being the man, being the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns is important. It is his goal, his single goal in life. And so that's what the offensive tackle Joe Thomas is saying, hey, he's got to step up.
He's lost the trust of the locker room.
Yeah. And that's what he says. I think he lost probably a lot of trust among the guys on the team last year with the way he handled himself once he became the starter. I think he had a lot of time to reflect. I'm guessing after the season was over by the comments he made in the media and by his reactions, checking himself into rehab. I think those were really positive steps. Again, here we go. Manziel voluntarily entered treatment January 28th as a direct result of his lifestyle away from the field. Why don't they say drug abuse or alcohol abuse? Anybody else, they name it, and they name it every time they mention this guy. Pick somebody. Okay, Darryl Strawberry. If you hear something about Darryl Strawberry, they always say what the current reason why he's in the news. They'll say Strawberry, who ... suffered this, or went to prison for this. They always go back and rehash everything.
It's still about the money. They don't want that. It's too controversial. I mean, they're still selling jerseys. They're still selling memorabilia. And but they may lose some sales if they, he's a tainted player.
He's Johnny Manziel. He hasn't done squat.
He hasn't done anything. I know.
He hasn't done anything for the Cleveland Browns except stir the pot.
He's just the prequel to Winston.
I guess my point is, why I feel like they're protecting him. Why? I mean, it's not like, but anyway.
Too much money invested. I don't know.
It's got to be more to it. I mean, there's other athletes down through the years that made big bucks, and they expose them every time they mention the name. They always, with a comma, go back and say what they did wrong. So, but this guy,
maybe Manziel threatened to sue him if they let it out. Who knows?
As a direct result of his lifestyle away from the field, that's all it says. He informed people in his circle before entering treatment that he wants to figure out his value system. So he's expected to attend the Browns' off-season workouts beginning April the 20th, which will be, 2 weeks from today? Yep. And Manziel, who took an Easter weekend trip with his family, allowed to make occasional trips as part of his rehab program. This guy's confined. He can't even go out and do trips. I'm telling you, there's more to the story than they're telling, and why are they covering for him? I guess in a society – here I'm going to get on my soapbox. In a society where they expose everything about people, now all of a sudden this guy gets preferential treatment, I guess what I'm trying to say. But anyway, 8-time Pro Bowl tackle Joe Thomas says he's got to win the trust back in the locker room. I don't think he's going to do it. I do not think from day one, I've said this when they drafted him, I just don't think he's got it. And what did he do last year? Completed 18 out of 35 passes for 175 yards in 7 quarters before getting hurt. And I just don't think he's got it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the guy has a heck of a career, but it's not starting out good. And I just don't think he's NFL material. He's a great college quarterback. The Browns must not think so either. They went out and signed Josh McCown in the offseason. You're up here shaking your head.
I'm just I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I mean,
you did. But it's like I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Why they're covering for him? And is it make a difference to me one way or the other? No. I mean, I don't even know why I'm getting in a ruckus about it because who cares if they don't tell what he's really done.
Well, I'm agree that there's more to the story. than what's there. And who knows? Maybe he got out there and it's just more than being an alcoholic. Maybe something happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is.
And they
There's
don't
more
want
to the
that.
story.
They don't want that to come out.
It's the domino effect.
Yeah.
There's something more out there. And again, I want the guy to get well and get fixed and have a long and prosperous life, whether he plays football or not. If he's got a demon, I want him to get rid of it. In this case, it looks like it's alcohol, to get rid of it and get back on the, as they say, straight and narrow and have a great and wonderful and productive life. But, you know, if he's going to be the quarterback and be in his high visibility position, you know, as I said, there's other people who have been in similar situations. They tell everything they've gone through. So, anyway, well, all right. I've made my point. So, I was going to give you a very direct example, but, hey, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Joe Thomas, that's the gist of the story is he says he's got to earn his teammates' trust back in the locker room. That's the bottom line. Now, if he doesn't show up April the 20th, what kind of – I mean, I think he's expected to, but for whatever reason, if he doesn't show up on the Browns off-season workouts on the 20th of April and 2 weeks from today, what kind of message that send to his teammates?
Well, not only what kind of message is that going to send to the NFL? Period. I mean, my guess is that's going to open a can of worms with the media. They're really going to start inquiring, and they're going to find out.
Yeah. The Apester, by the way, as we go to the break here, I told her I was going to go 5 for 5. She says, I hear that every week. I'm going to start calling you Repeat. That's pretty good, Apester.
Repeat Taylor.
Repeat. Yep. She says, I hear that every week. I'm going to start calling you Repeat. So, anyway, good stuff. Quick break. We'll come right back. We're due to check in with Rob Cole. And here's Pete on his way, by the way. Pete Tiger's on his way to get his free oil change. Thank you for hooking me up. You're exactly right. He's on the way to get his free oil change. He was one of the 8 guys I won for. So, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, the old quiz show. So, oh, by the way, if you missed it earlier, 5 bells, baby. Cowboy took it to the house. Thank you, Gator.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you say thank you, Gator. You're going to be taking him out to dinner. That's what it's going to be. I tell you, I can smell it.
Oh, thank you, Gator. It kills him. I went 5 for 5. He can't stand that.
The 5 for 5 doesn't bother me. It's the fact that it happened again with Gator.
There you go. I got 5 up there beside my name. Buzzer's got 1, Gator's got 1, and the Horseman's got Uno beside his name. Tomorrow, 5 for 5, Richard Isaacs.
How many
Wednesday,
times, though, do I do the quiz show? Once a week. You do it 4 times a week.
So you're 1 for 8.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a very good batting average. I've got more chances to be wrong.
You got more chances to be right.
I got more. Well, yeah, but
plus you have an ace in the hole named Gator.
There you go. Now we're coming out. He thinks there's something funky going on here. A little funniness. All right. Thinks I may be getting some help under the table. That is not the way it's working. He just asks easy questions.
Oh, man.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're due to be joined by our buddy Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this.
Danger.
You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, We believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Hey, Diet Mountain Dew driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. On April 19th, I'll be racing at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Food City 500. Tickets start at just $64, so call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com today to see me and my Diet Mountain Dew team in Bristol. It's Bristol, baby.
There's just some people in life that just when they giggle, it just grinds you, it just rubs you like a piece of sandpaper. And I get him on the phone, and I said, hey, man, we was talking about what we're going to talk about today. He said, what about your Cardinals? Well, I didn't know they played. Yeah, right. Wainwright, 5-hit shutout. Cardinals blanked the Cubbies last night. Good afternoon, Rob Cole. How you doing?
Hey, I'm I'm good. Last night was a good start. Today's a good start.
You know, you're not even cocky and you're cocky. That's what I don't like about it. You're trying to be humble. You just come across cocky because I know you. Yeah, it was a pretty good start. Yeah, I guess. And they spend half of Chicago to get John Lester, and he throws an egg, the first one out. And we put Wainwright out there, who got hurt in spring training. The guy's basically unstoppable for his start. So, yeah, it's a pretty good start for your boys from St. Louis. And how about Hayward, who is a wash-up in Atlanta? Guy goes 3 for 5, 2 doubles, and a stolen base and a run scored. That ain't too shabby for a guy that's washed up there, Mr. Cole.
Ain't too shabby at all. I tell you what, hard to call a fella 25 years of age and still learning the game washed up. And by golly, I'll tell you what, it's a great start for Hayward and the Cardinals. Indeed, to see more of that throughout the year, at least about, I don't know, somewhere between 85 and 95 of those would be real nice. At least get to the postseason.
Okay, we're over that crap. Let's move on to things more important than your Cardinals, although he did have a good start. I'm giving him a hard time. So, and now we got a bet. Don't we have a bet this weekend that the Cardinals will sweep the Reds? And so, I mean, you got a lunch bet, don't we?
Yeah.
Horse?
Yeah. Cracker Barrel's on the line.
We bet
Cracker Barrel, I tell you, Perkins, a lot of fine places to hurting on.
Yeah, so you've tainted me. I've actually bet against the Reds this week. I think the Cardinals are going to take either 2 out of 3.
Shame.
Or a sweep of the Reds. So Rob Cole's rubbing off on me. All right, so anyway, tell me what's going on up on the mountain. You were telling me off air that spring is finally sprung a little bit. Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. We're starting to see, particularly any of your listeners out there that may drive mile, either Stone Drive 11W or 26, can start to see the, like they call it, the green creep coming up the side of the mountain. We're starting to see leaves start to form, buds on those trees that aren't already starting to leaf. And, it's a beautiful sight. Nice and warm outside. It's always, and of course, I love that it happens around Easter when things come back to life, when things come back from the dead, if you will. And it's wonderful to see. Of course, winter here has its own beauty, and there's no denying that. Anyone who's been here can attest that. But spring has a real special boost, something in the air. You know it's coming, and we all get excited. Of course, the animals are still a little bit active because it's not hot outside right now, and they can still get out and enjoy things for the most part. So this is a good time to be at the park. It's a beautiful time to be at the park.
Talking to Rob Cole from Base Mountain Park, getting up on the mountain, $4 a carload. I know we've had some road races over the last couple of weeks, and what's coming up next? A special event going on at Base Mountain Park.
Now, I'd have to think that certainly you have to mention a couple events right off the bat, and certainly one of those is Mark Skelton's Laurel Run Ascent that actually begins at Laurel Run. I believe that one takes place on April the 18th, and it's a neat one. It begins again at Laurel Run Park. The runners run all the way into the park up to the fire tower. And at the fire tower, they just simply turn around and go right back down to Laurel Run Park. And you'd think the downhill slide would be a lot better than the uphill, but I promise you, going downhill is sometimes just as rough, if not more so, on the side of this mountain. beautiful scenery, but it's a tough climb and a tough descent and a fun race at that. It's an 11-mile trail race from Laurel Run Park up to the fire tower here at Bays Mountain Park and back down. That's called the Laurel Run Ascent. Find more information on that, by the way, at runtricities.net. Certainly, you can go to their link of their calendar of events and find that particular race, where you can also download a registration form and get yourself registered for that one if you'd like. It's a fun one. Of course, we just had a one with half marathon and I believe it was a 50K event. In fact, this past weekend, held by Phil Horner and Fleet Feet Sport to Kingsport, and of course, I had good weather for that one, and everything went off well. So pretty good this spring, and that momentum over the next few weeks.
Talk to Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Before I let you go, my friend, the hours are open right now, Bays Mountain.
Yeah, right now we are in our spring hours, which means that we are open from 8:30 a.m. Until 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And again, on Sunday, we're open at 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. Nature Center hours do differ on the weekends. Nature hours are from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday.
There you go. Great report, my friend. Cardinals tomorrow night pick up game 2 of the series against the Cubbies in Wrigley. They're off today, so I'm sure by next Monday we'll get to hear more. Of course, by next Monday they will have swept the Reds in Cincinnati, and
not going to happen.
I'll get a free lunch at Cracker Barrel, so I'm all about that. So go. Can't believe I'm betting.
Got a lot to look forward to, I believe.
I can't believe I'm betting against the Reds on a lunch bet. You're a bad influence, Rob Cole. I can tell you that. But
hey, I try to spread a little light every chance I get.
There you go. You're a ray of sunshine everywhere you go. Appreciate you. You're a good man, Charlie.
Hey,
go ahead.
Appreciate you, Big T. Go Cards.
You got it. Great job. I'll talk to you next week, all right?
Hey, look forward to it.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Rob Cole, big Cardinals fan, says 3-0. Wainwright, 5-hit shutout yesterday or last night. Cubbies, good shutout, and the Cardinals right out of the gate, 3-0 win, and they're in the top of the Central Division as they start the first full day of opening season action around the big leagues. Again, right now, top of the 5th inning, Toronto leads the Yankees at Yankee Stadium 5-0. 6th inning, Detroit over Minnesota 3-0. And I got some more getting ready to crank up here in the next hour or so.
Colorado's up on Milwaukee 4-0 in the first inning.
Oh, I didn't even see that one on there.
I got something you don't.
Well, wait a minute now. Hang on here. I did not see that on here. That's not even on the schedule at all.
They're in the top of the 4th, and Colorado's batting, and they're up 4-0 already on Milwaukee.
There's no sign of this at all. I've got Boston, Baltimore, the Mets, Chicago, Angels, Pittsburgh, San Diego.
It started at 2:10.
Cleveland, San Francisco, and Texas. Not even on the schedule here.
It's on mine.
Well, it ain't. Which one you on?
I'm on CBS Sports.
I'm on ESPN.com.
There's your problem.
Don't have it on there. Milwaukee and Colorado.
There are nobodies.
I guess. Guess that's what I would think if I was one of their teams. Not even on there. So, anyway, what's the score again?
4-0, top of the 1st. Colorado over Milwaukee.
Reds and Pirates at 4:10. Johnny Cueto, starting pitcher, entering the final year on his deal. Reds have talked to him about an extension. Nothing was imminent as spring training wound down. If Cueto doesn't have an extension by midseason, Reds will be in the position of considering a trade offer rather than let him leave as a free agent after the season. So probably with the All-Star break, they don't have a deal. They'll probably deal him to they just don't want to let him go and lose and get nothing. So let's see. They're saying the key to the season is Joey Votto for the Reds. They play 4:10 this afternoon, first pitch. Reds struggled to score runs last season despite playing in hitter-friendly Great American Ballpark. If Votto is back to form, the offense will get a huge boost. And so they're kind of pinning everything offensively on him.
I still think Cueto is going to have a role in that, depending on how he pitches.
I think the key to the season is Jay Bruce. I mean,
he's in there too. Yeah. Bruce, Votto, and Cueto. I think those are the 3 key players that we got to watch.
And the bullpen, one of the big problems of the second half of the season, they were only a game and a half out of the Central. The All-Star break went 25-42 the second half of the season. Whew. Bullpen after the All-Star break 1-17 after the break. They won one game out of the pen. And then you got to have more than Rawless Chapman, and they went out and got some. So they got rid of Alfredo Simon and also starter Matt Latos. But anyway, Reds later on today.
Should have went and got Kimbrel.
I guess. Still can't believe they got rid of him.
Gosh.
I cannot believe the Braves unloaded Kimbrel. Rest of them, not even sure about those. But this guy, I mean, he was the glue to the pitching staff. Yeah. I mean, what I read a while ago, the number one save guy in the National League in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Has over 180 saves in his career, and you just let him go.
See ya.
That's really stupid. I'm sorry. That's just dumb. Because after all the offense he let go, you know, Gaddis, the two Upton boys, brothers, Hayward, obviously, as we said, in St. Louis, off to a great start.
Ugla's gone.
Yeah. McCann, you got to have some guys that can swing the sticks. Now you don't have either. I mean, not that they don't have anybody playing, obviously, but they're a bunch of
They must be
untaps.
really banking on their farm team.
I guess
That's
so.
all I can think of.
Yeah. It's cheaper to go to the minor league system, I can tell you that, than going out and getting free agents. So, anyway, before we take the break, college basketball, we told you earlier it's the biggie, of course, tonight. That's the obvious. Wisconsin and Duke. A little closer to home, Steve Forbes filled the first spot on his East Tennessee State men's basketball staff. And, again, managed to take a shot at his new school's biggest rival at the same time. You know, Chattanooga and ETSU, they don't like each other. Back when I did the games, the Bucks, man, they really got after each other. That would have been Murray Arnold way back in the day, the coach for the Chattanooga Moccasins. And then I just went totally blanking. See him, big tall guy that, oh, gosh, why do I do this to myself? Who replaced Murray Arnold? It'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, they stirred the pot and poked fingers and all the time and all. It was not Cliff. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, Steve Forbes takes a shot at Chattanooga to hire their assistant, Brooks Savage, to Johnson City to join his staff. The move reunites Forbes and Savage, who are both members of Pearl's staff down at Tennessee. Savage also went on the Forbes staff at Northwest Florida State, which went 62-6 in their 2 seasons. And ETSU has not confirmed the hiring, but Mocs coach Will Wade did so to the Chattanooga Times Press. So Savage is gone. And Savage also worked a lot with the Chattanooga Post players as part of his coaching assignment. Well, you know, the Bucks have got 7-footer Peter Jerkin on the staff and 6'11" Carl Overstreet on the Buck roster next year. So this guy will be able to coach some of the, some of the big guys. 7-footer and 6'11" front line for East Tennessee State next year. That's pretty exciting. So anyway, Forbes gets Brooks Savage to leave Chattanooga and come to Johnson City. What is the name of the moccasin coach?
I don't know. I never followed him, so I don't care. I shouldn't say that.
Gosh, what was his name? I can see him. Big heavy-set guy, man. He could just get under your skin, get under the Buck skin. Needled him. He replaced Murray Arnold. It'll come to me, or maybe you can look it up. I don't know. But is it Wes? It's not Wes. I hate this when I get into these situations. You got a story?
Oh, this is continuing the Braves.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's going to be good. He's cleared his throat.
Braves dumped Carlos Quentin hours after acquiring him.
They just got him.
They just got him.
They just got him from Kimbrel.
Yeah.
He was part of the Kimbrel trade.
Yeah.
Wow.
He won't be suited up for the team. It says they designated Carlos Quentin for assignment, effectively cutting ties with the veteran outfielder. He will be released if the Braves can't work out a trade that sends him elsewhere.
Oh, wait a minute. Padres acquire all-star closer Craig Kimbrel and outfielder Melvin Upton from Atlanta for outfielders Carlos Quentin and Cameron Maybin. So they get him yesterday. Today they cut him loose.
They cut him loose.
So they got nothing for the trade.
Stupid. I'm telling you.
They got nothing to show. I mean, at least they had him, and now they turn around and cut him loose 24 hours after you got him. Why would you go get somebody and you turn around and cut him loose? Wow.
Here's a tweet from Chipper Jones. He says, I know it sucks in Braves country, but once you decide to rebuild, you better go all the way.
Well, I guess you
so
did.
That's what they're doing.
Well.
Oh.
Okay, I'm trying to think of this logically. Okay, if I see all these guys on the team, let's say I'm going to pick Horace. All right. Now, you know that I'm going to get you, and I'm going to give up my big stud reliever to come over to your team to get you, right?
Yeah.
And I go up and down the line, go, okay, who do I want in this trade for Craig Kimbrel? I'll take Horace. I get Horace, bring you over here, knowing full well that as soon as I get you, I'm going to cut you loose.
Yeah.
They
don't want to pay him.
Kicked him to the curb.
Yeah.
Good grief. You know the Padres are having a pizza party out there going, Let's call the Braves, see if they got anything else going on. What a bunch of morons.
What about the other teams? Let's call the Braves. Yeah. Who else they got to divvy out?
Let's call the Braves, see what else they got. That
Before
is
it's all
crazy.
gone.
That is
They're having
nuts.
a garage sale.
Yeah, I guess. So they bring this guy over from San Diego in less than 24 hours from San Diego. They cut him loose,
Yeah.
Carlos Quentin.
Yeah.
Now, there must be a reason, but why would you, even if they found out something, then somebody didn't do their homework, why would you bring him over knowing full well that he's not going to stick? You have no intentions of keeping him. And why wouldn't you go get some more minor league players or something you say you got for the deal? Because they're already in a PR nightmare letting go all these people. And so now,
here we go. Quentin, 32, is a 9-year veteran and 2-time All-Star who has seen his playing time slip in the recent years. Okay, he appeared in just 50 games for San Diego last year. 50 games he played in
a third of them.
A third of them, and that's who they wanted for a trade.
And then they got him and
they
cut
got
him
rid
loose.
of him. Gosh.
That'll sell you some tickets in Atlanta, some season tickets.
Oh.
People going, boy, let's go watch these guys play. They can't even get the trades right.
And their tax dollars are going to build a stadium.
Wow. That is just dumb. I'm sorry.
Oh, mercy.
Woo! All right, we're going to take a break, come right back. We're due to be joined by our buddy Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. We'll see if he can – I know he's a busy man this time of year, see if we can catch up with him. And we plan to do that coming up next right here on this Monday afternoon. They got rid of the player. I cannot believe that. I'm starting to let this soak in. I trade for this guy, bring him over and go, we don't want him. We cut him loose. So now he can turn right around. He can go right back out to San Diego if he wanted to. He can go anywhere.
Whoever wants to pick him up, if they can work a trade. Yeah.
And so they virtually they got one guy, Cameron Maybin, an outfielder, and 2 minor leaguers, and a draft pick for Craig Kimbrell, who led all big league closers with 185 saves.
He will be released if the Braves can't work out a trade.
Good Lord. Let's call Atlanta, see if they need somebody to run their front office. We may have a shot because that is just dumb there.
I can probably go play in Atlanta.
I don't want to play. I want to be in the front office.
Let them pay me. I don't care.
No,
nobody else can play down there, evidently.
Pay me big bucks to wheel and deal. I can do better than that right there. I can
trade
tell you.
Me, baby.
Good. Trade me, baby. You look like trade bait. Let's go to the break here. Holy smokes. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? What if you didn't know that you might need extra coverage for more expensive items? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? So, the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's not just a race, it's the place. A place to set up a tent, park the RV, and start emptying the cooler. A place to fire up the grill in the Tennessee hills and take in the best short track racing in NASCAR. The place is the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you'll join us on April 19th for the Food City 500. Call 423-BRISTOL or visit bristoltix.com. It's not just a place.
It's Bristol, baby!
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, a few more minutes left here. All right, can you go to the Pooter and check out UT Chattanooga Moccasin coaches?
find out who the coach is?
Yeah, it's going to drive me nuts. If not, I'm just going to be a train wreck here. So,
you want to know who's currently coach?
No, just rattle off some names. I can tell you, Mike being the Mike McCarthy. Just thank you, Lord. Just thought of it.
Just thought of it. Okay.
Thank you, Lord. Lord took care of me again. Mike McCarthy. That's the guy that, boy, he could stir the pot. He come up and give a little tweak here and there to the Buck fans and Murray Arnold. So yeah, Mike McCarthy is the guy that would really, really needle the Buck fans. Just it was in a fun way. He really created that rivalry. So anyway, Forbes adds to it another chapter as he goes and gets raided Chattanooga for his first hire, luring Mox assistant Brooks Savage to Johnson City. As you know, next year, Savage now on staff for the Bucks. So true or false, he knows a little bit on the inside of Chattanooga basketball, the big rival.
I'd say so.
Yes, most definitely. So anyway, something we know a lot about, again, is our good friends at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Now, they've got 4 locations. If you need to brace it or replace it from head to toe, you know where to go. A lot of folks out here this time of year. Should I tell them what I did over the weekend?
You might as well. You're telling yourself all the time.
Well, I finally took my Christmas lights down off my gutters,
yeah.
So my icicles are gone. Yeah. And so, anyway, my point to all this is there's people who sometimes get up on ladders and unfortunately fall off or cleaning out gutters, and so they've had to help them at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. I did not. I'm just saying it does happen. And so when they do, I know a couple of springs ago, talking to Will Graybill, the owner, said they had to go up to a gentleman who fell off a ladder doing just that, cleaning out his gutters in the spring, had to fit him for a special back brace. And so it happens, unfortunately. So if you're out doing something and you get a hitch in your giddy up, or you have a need for a special splint or brace, they've got it for you. You can custom make it. Again, at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. 1-800-524-4447 is the number to call. And this time of year, a lot of sports injuries. And, again, if you need help and you've got them, 1-800-524-4447 is the number to call. 4 locations to serve you in Pounding Mill, Virginia on Short Street, in Greenville, Tennessee, Justice Drive, in Bristol, Highway 126, right down from Still Creek Park, and in Kingsport on Broad Street. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Again, 1-800-524-4447 is the number to call. And, again, it's Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. And, again, we appreciate them so very, very much being with us, and a great sponsor. And they also offer clinics in Abington, Whitfield, Lebanon, and Norton, Virginia, Sevierville, Mountain City here in Tennessee, and also in North Carolina, Newland and Linville, North Carolina. 1-800-524-4447 will get you to the folks. Again, their motto is very simple. You need to brace it or replace it from head to toe. You'll know where to go at Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Big League scoreboard update. Detroit leads Minnesota 4-0 after 6. Into 5 innings, Toronto's blanking the Yankees 5-0. Daniel Norris pitches Thursday of this week against the Yankees, and the series wrap up at or maybe not the wrap up, but in game number 3, I should say, of the series at Yankee Stadium in New York. And the game I don't have and you have is
4-0 Colorado over Milwaukee.
I don't know why
Top
I'd be
of the
concerned.
second.
It's a national sports website. They only have opening day. You got to know if you're Colorado, Milwaukee, you're feeling the love. So, man. By the way, if you want to go to the ballpark, here's the story. Major League Baseball ticket prices, biggest jump in 6 years.
Of course.
What do you think the average ticket price is to a Major League Baseball game now?
Just general admission?
Yeah.
$25.
Higher.
Ooh, for general admission.
Mm-hmm.
45.
No, lower.
35.
$28.94.
Well, I was close.
Well, you were close, but no cigar. Major League Baseball, by the way, I went 5 for 5. Today on the quiz show, the Bracken Paving Asphalt Maintenance Quiz Show, 8 wins under my belt. 5 for me and 1 for the man over here, 1 for Gator, 1 for Buzzer. Average ticket price up 3% to $28.94. The most expensive place to go. Wow. Most expensive place to go. Fenway Park, $52.34 a ticket.
Yeah, they're limited seating there. That's the reason, I guess. They got to make up for it somehow.
So if you take a family of 4, let me get my Casio. Let's do this. 52.34 times 4, family of four
It's about
cost you
$106.
$209 to get to the ballpark.
Okay. I'm thinking about two people.
Wait a
I was
minute.
thinking two people.
Wait a
Never mind.
minute.
I don't know where I was way
What
off.
school did you go to? Friendsville?
I was still thinking $28. I don't know.
What school did we get that diploma from? The diploma. His little face has got red over there. He's got beat red. 209.36.
I was still ciphering. I just jumped the gun.
Yeah, in a big-time way. Anyway, 209 for a family of four to go to Boston to see the Red Sox. Cubbies raised their price for the first time since 2010. Average price for a ticket there is $44.81. And that says the Cubs are coming off a last-place finish and their fifth straight losing season. So they still have a price increase, and they have the worst opening day crowd they've had in years.
And I wonder why.
It's not funny, but it is funny. By the way, to make a comparison, the average NFL ticket was $84.43 last season. The NBA average was $54. The National Hockey League average for a ticket, $62 for a ticket on an NHL game.
You're kidding me.
No. Now, the fan cost index, which includes 4 average price tickets, 2 small draft alcoholic beverages, 4 soft drinks, 4 hot dogs, parking, and 2 adult-sized caps, $211. Highest team to go watch, as we said earlier, the Red Sox. The lowest team was the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Hey, you know what they got out there? Churro dogs.
So anyway, it's cost you more to go to the big league ballparks this year to watch your favorite team play in Major League Baseball. So
makes it all the better to go to see the Smokies for $8,
yeah.
$10, something like that.
At the bottom of the ESPN website, it says baseball's most interesting pitcher lives in a VW bus. It has a picture of the then bearded Daniel Norris with a Blue Jay sun visor on. And, of course, he has since cut off that beard. I think
it's starting to grow back. I watched him pitch Saturday.
Got some stubble?
He's got that stuff growing again.
Yeah. So this guy spent time in your house, right?
Yeah.
With your son.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Look at him, watch him on national television. Dino pitching Thursday. So, all right, top of the 6th, Toronto 5-0 over the Yankees. Top of the 7th now, Detroit leads Minnesota 4-0. And again, your game that I don't have, Colorado and
over Milwaukee, top of the 2nd, still 4-0 Colorado.
Yeah. Now, can you sit down and watch a whole game?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't.
You can't do that.
No, it drives me nuts. Unless I'm calling one.
Now you see, Tom, I take my laptop. See, I subscribe to MLB Premium.
Okay.
So I take my laptop and watch any game.
Okay.
I sit on the front porch,
smoking that cigar,
smoke a cigar, get away from everybody and anything, and just sit there and enjoy a game, enjoy everything.
Yes, you're right.
It's part of the life. It's part of retirement.
Yeah,
it's great.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I mean you enjoy it.
I do.
Yes, and you should. You've earned it. You have most definitely earned it. I am not going to make fun of you that anybody can retire at the age you are at. I think that's awesome. So, so you can sit down. So I can't watch a whole game.
Well, if I'm into it, yeah. I mean, especially if it's I'm watching Dino pitch or the Reds. I won't watch a Braves game anymore.
No. So I can't even watch the Reds. I just can't. I lose focus. I go to a game and I'm looking around and.
Well, I will say those middle innings, 4th, 5th, and 6th, they kind of draw out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
now, if I'm calling the game, I got to be focused and I can do it. Just to go sit and watch a game. I went and watched the DB Science Hill game a couple of weeks ago in baseball, and I caught myself just looking around like, Gomer Pyle.
Had nothing to do.
I had nothing to do. Wasn't focused. Yeah. So I was bored to tears.
So you take a scorecard with you, and you just sit there and score the game.
Well, I guess I could do that. Now, the game it wasn't because the game was boring. I'm not downplaying the kids, but I was just couldn't do it. So if you invited me over to sit down and watch the Reds on that 872-inch screen television, now if you make them ribs like you did Super Bowl, I'll probably be there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe not. High school baseball is running down for you before we run out of time here. Baseball today and softball, big week around the region. A lot of the teams back off spring break and back in playing a head-to-head conference competition. Today you've got Sullivan North at Volunteer. I guess it's an asterisk because there's some rain in the area. Tennessee High and Kingsport to play Dobbins Minute. Science Hill at Daniel Boone today. Central at Crockett. Sullivan North at Volunteer. And Sullivan South plays at Johnson County. Twin Springs at Patrick Henry, and Clintwood at Lehigh in Southwest Virginia. And softball today, Tennessee High's ladies play at Crockett. Sullivan East to play at Sullivan Central. Dobbins Minutes ladies in Gray against Daniel Boone. Thomas Walker at J.I. Burton. Grundy at Twin Springs, and Union at Lebanon. Soccer today, Sullivan South guys play at Cobb County and Newport. And Kachia in soccer, playing in Lehigh for the boys and girls. And so that's what's going on there. As far as baseball and softball, of course, we will report back to you the winners tomorrow in the Tuesday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tomorrow, let me tell you, we'll pull another winner tomorrow for the tickets. Horace, tell me today how folks can get qualified to win tickets to go see the Drive to Stop Diabetes 300 and the Pit Light 125 a week from Saturday at the Last Great Coliseum at Bristol Motor Speedway.
You need to send us an email to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com. Send us your name, address, and some contact information, and a little blurb about why you want the tickets. And we'll throw your name in the hopper. And time's running short, so we're going to pick a few more winners. And if we do, we pick your name, you'll be going on April 18th to watch those two races, the Drive to Stop Diabetes 300 and the Pit Light 125.
Winners so far: Ken Archer out of Telford, Denise Odessa from Kingsport, Britt Marshall from Churchill, Sarah Noel from Nashville, Brian Sharp from Gray, and Roy Settle out of Johnson City are our winners so far. The tickets to the race next Saturday a week. Again, the Drive to Stop Diabetes 300, I think we said last week had 8 or 9 Cup drivers in the field a year ago. And so you get a chance to see some of the Cup drivers. Plus, you get 425 laps in a doubleheader. The Drive to Stop Diabetes 300 and the, again, Pit Light 125 Canyon Pro Series. Both of those a week from Saturday at Bristol Motor Speedway. Wow, it's been a fast show.
Yeah,
we're
Mondays
done.
always go fast for some reason.
They do. And one more time, can we hear it? 5 bells. Thank you, Gator.
Yeah, thank you, Gator.
Thank you, Gator. Up on the scoreboard, the Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance scoreboard. Quiz show wins 8. We move that tomorrow, make it 9 with Richard Isaacs. We'll smoke him, and we'll definitely smoke the Apester on Wednesday, those Elvis questions. And whoo, then we'll go, here's how it's going to be. 4 for 4 to Thursday and Friday. Whoa.
Yeah, when it's my turn.
Horse
when
man.
It's my turn.
Yep. Falling off a little bit there. So he'll do it on Friday. Hey, we're out of time. We thank you for yours. Here's our sponsors today, as always. We want to say thanks to Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance, Book Lovers Warehouse, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, American Import and Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. We won today, by the way, for Andy Dietrich out of Johnson City, who co-owns Champion Chevrolet and Cadillac. We'll let Andy know he's won a free haircut.
Well, he can get his own oil change.
He may pass. He's got his own service shop back there. But anyway, he won because he's on our Facebook like, and we pulled his name out of the hat. Also brought to you by the good folks from Cherokee Barbershop, home of the Gator Man, Max Medicine Mart, Bays Mountain Park, Wells Fargo Financial Network, our buddy Greg Taylor and gang, and also by the Apester and Tommy and Spence and the gang at Bracken Asphalt Maintenance. We're out of time. We thank you for yours. Back in the saddle tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Have yourself a great Monday. Go. We both like Wisconsin, right?
Both Wisconsin.
Go Badgers. We'll see how it goes tonight as we'll see who wins the men's college basketball national championship. It'll be a great game. It'll go either way. For the Dookie fans, good luck to you. For the Badger fans, good luck to you. I'm pulling for the Dodgers to beat the Padres. I get free food on our tie-breaking bet. Out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We'll see you tomorrow right here. And remember, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Song, everybody. Thanks for watching, listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.